I wanna be the very best, or at the very least adequate. Oh hi, YouTube. Editing CocoPapa here. I don't tend to like jumping in front of the microphone. Normally I let recording CocoPapa do all the audio, but we have a problem. So this dum-dum made a prophetic statement when he recorded this bit of audio. Trying to get the recording set up today was very difficult for me. I forgot everything in less than a week, so hopefully all the audio levels sound fine. I'm doing my best here. So you can tell by how echoey and quiet that audio is that he was not using his standard microphone, and in fact he got his inputs mixed up, so he was recording it all off of a webcam. Truly horrific stuff. And because he's such a go-getter, recording CocoPapa did 4 episodes.
Bruh.
All like that.
Bruh.
And then saved over his save.
Bruh.
So we can't even do the usual trick of going back and just redoing the content. Oh no, this is the only footage we've got and the only audio we've got. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end up reacting to my own content. As editing CocoPapa, I can't give you the exact experience of going through it the first time and recording my live reactions. But you will still get plenty of sarcastic wit as we go through here. Yeah. Not excited about having to do all this audio twice. Not happy about how it's not going to be synced as perfectly to the video, but this is what we've got, so this is what we're going to do. This will only continue through January. I'll have to record new episodes starting in February, and then we'll be back on our normal train, but bear with me. So, here we go.
Here we go!
So checking on our team, going into the mansion, we're going to go up against fire and poison types, so having Randy in the front is a good move. He can just blast through those really thick poison types, Grimer and Muck and whatnot, and just get us out. We don't want to spend a long time in the mansion because it's just an awful zone. It's just the absolute worst. We just want to get our one encounter caught, and then we want to get the secret key needed for the gym, and then we want to get out. The music is super good. Here's our encounter. It's a Grimer. Surprise, surprise. So obviously Randy's not going to help us with catching that Grimer. We'll switch it to Bud as per usual. His poison subtype is going to be able to handle any punishment Grimer can dish out, which isn't much. We'll risk a cut to lower its health because, honestly, Mega Drain wouldn't do anything. We'll risk a second cut hoping we don't crit. We don't. Then we're going to go and try and put him to sleep, make him easier to catch. Grimer's the worst, so we try it again. He's out. Now we could use one of our Ultra Balls here, and we consider it for a second. But do you really want to use an Ultra Ball on a Grimer? Because I know I don't. So instead we opt for a Great Ball.
Ha! Got it!
And of course we're successful. We're Pokemon Masters. The Sludge Pokemon appears in filthy areas, thrives by sucking up polluted sludge that is pumped out of factories. I had to come up with some kind of edgy name. So I said, fuck you 3M, and I named him PFAS. And now we're just trying to get the hell out of this zone. Now, the mansion is a pretty cool designed zone. Like, you see all the rubble and everything. The idea that people did live here at once is pretty neat. A thing I like about the mansion in particular is its place it plays in the world building of the game. So, the music's also a bop. But in terms of the world building, if I took you to the room that's in here, which I don't in the recording, there's a little like laboratory section where people have kept like research notes. And they're talking about how they're trying to find DNA from Mew so that way they can clone and create Mewtwo. We have no idea who Mew or Mewtwo are at this point. It's just something that's in the game. But this is very much like giving us hints about the super boss in the game, right? Proper JRPG setup is that we're learning about this thing that's been created that's super powerful, and we're curious about trying to find it, right? So, cool little world building thing that they put in here. We've managed to avoid all the encounters so far, which is good. We're not trying to get hung up on a lot of trainers. We just don't really want to be here.
I'm not even supposed to be here today! Oh, fuck you!
Got this switch we need to flip, and we're not going to get out with a bunch of Pokemon encounters, unfortunately. But it's pretty easy to grind through, especially if you have a Psychic type in the lead. So thank you, Randy. We appreciate your service. Reacting to my own content. This is a level of YouTube meta that I'm just not a fan of. I believe what we just picked up was Blizzard. Low accuracy, but very high damage ice move. It's the Fire Blast of ice types. Full Restore, super good. We like ourselves a Full Restore. Combination of a Max Potion and a Full Heal. Real utility Swiss Army knife of status healing items. We keep on blasting. Honestly, at this point, we were considering using a repel, but we couldn't remember how it worked or if we even had a repel on us. Repel would do a great job of... oh yeah, Wheezing. Very happy about that. Repel would do a great job about keeping Pokemon away from us, but in other generations, Repel works based off the lead level of your front Pokemon. So if you pop a repel and like this 42 Wheezing pops up, it would still break through the repel. The other ones wouldn't. Seeing that Wheezing reminded me that Mucks and Wheezings both spawn here and they're really good for experience. It's this would be a decent place for grinding, seeing as the high encounter rate, and these Pokemon are pretty beefy. They give some good XP, but forget this zone, man. I don't want to be here. Also, there isn't going to be a whole lot of point for grinding until the end of the game. You only really have one more grind session left in us for this run, assuming we make it to the end. Good job, Randy. Need to make room in our inventory, so we're probably going to end up using that rare candy pretty soon once we blast through more of these Wheezings. Before I came into the mansion, I made sure to look up when these things explode, and then I promptly forgot. So I have no idea if they could self-destruct or not. But it doesn't matter if you take them out in one hit. Who wouldn't? Yeah, so as I said, we needed to make room. So we look through and we're realizing, wow, we have lots of things that we can sell. That's not helping us right now. So we burn that rare candy. Beanbag might be helpful in the Blaine fight, which is why we used it there. But we still need to make room because we want this item on the table and we want the secret key. So we have to throw something away. We realize that TM14 is Blizzard and we want to hold on to that. Then we see that 32 is Double Team and Double Team is trash, so we toss it. That allows us to pick up this, which is Solar Beam. We get our secret key so we can get into Blaine's gym, and then we try to get the hell out of here. We don't want to be here. We try to teleport. Nope, can't do that. And we start freaking out like, oh my god, do we have an escape rope? And we do. So we get the hell out. Everything's Gucci. Forget this zone. We are grateful that it is over. We're breathing a sigh of relief, and we realize that we need to sell more pharmaceuticals or supplements than Alex Jones. So we get to selling. And this is where we make a mistake. We were aiming to sell that protein, but then we accidentally sold the TM. Then we start panicking. We have no idea what it is that we just sold. But we go back, you know, selling our supplements. Regular GNC up in here. I don't know how many more supplement jokes I got in me. We also realized that now would be a great time, one, to grab just a couple more Ultra Balls in case the encounters we have going forward require them. But we can also save some space by converting over to full heals. So instead of carrying Paralyze heals and Awakenings and Burn heals and Ice heals and yada yada, you save room in your pack by loading up just on full heals because they work for every status effect besides Confusion. So we really ball out and we buy 30 of these bad boys. Hopefully that they will last us to the end of the game, but even if they don't, everything sells full heals from now on, so we'll be able to stock back up again. We consider buying some potions, but decide not to because we think we have more super potions than we actually do, and that becomes a hazard later. Get the team tippy top. And we move on. We are looking at assembling our team for Blaine. We realize we want Falcor in front because of that stab surf. And we're thinking about who else we want to put in the line of fire. And we remember, wait, fire! Oops, why do I still have a chicken in my group? So we need to get Burb Friend back into the box. We had no plans for Burb Friend long game. Interestingly enough, the first time we played this and beat the game back when we were like 7, we had a Pidgeot in our Elite Four team, and we called it Andy because we named all of our Pokemon after our friends and family. But we need Jalapeno out because he can buy us some time. If we put Jalapeno in front of a fire Pokemon, he can withstand some punishment in case we need to buy time to heal up our stuff. Blaine's gym has these computers which allow us to pass quizzes so that we don't have to fight all the trainers, but we do want to fight all the trainers anyways. But why not have a game show? So, Pokemon quiz! Get it right and the door opens to the next room. Get it wrong and face a trainer. If you want to conserve your Pokemon for the gym leader, then get it right. Here we go. Caterpie evolves into Butterfree. So yeah, I am going to read them all like a game show host. Now, the answer is yes, Caterpie is in the Butterfree line, but we choose no because we are like, no, Caterpie first evolves into Metapod. Or at least we thought that that's what the answer was looking for. We thought it was looking for no. We answer yes, and then we're like, oops, did we just lose our chance to fight this guy? We didn't. We can still fight him. So now we realize we're going to let you do all the quizzes and still fight every trainer here because Falcor could use a little bit of experience before we go up against Blaine. Growlithe is a very good boy, and we love him very much. So we teach him how to doggy paddle. He doesn't take to it well. Surf is super good. We're feeling really great about our choice to teach Falcor Surf instead of like Snorlax or somebody else, because that stab is really powerful. We remark on Vulpix's sprite, it has a rounded nose here instead of the pointed nose it gets in later gens, but doesn't matter, it's off the screen now. And then Ninetales. So we really take a look at this sprite. It's the first time we've seen it, and its tails are really fluffy like throw pillows. We like that. Spitting fire, good action pose. seems to resemble the fox spirit of Japanese folklore that pops up a lot. It's sort of like the trickster god of the native Japanese religion. There's pretty much any shonen anime will have a fox god character. Naruto is the fox god of Naruto, but anyway. So we beat up this burglar and take their money. And it's a lot of money. We want to check and see if there was a computer here, and there is, but we're just going to beat this guy up first. We remark that Pokemon Breath Fire does get very hot, and in fact, the Pokemon entries often break physics in a way that we really do not appreciate. I remember there are some Pokemon who can open up black holes, which, no. And there are other Pokemon that can get hotter than the surface of the sun, which, no. If we take Pokédex entries literally, it is a nightmare world living in the Pokemon universe. So we try not to. We realize at this point that using Surf on everything, we're going to run out of PowerPoints. Surf is super good, but we should probably only save it for evolved Pokemon. So we switch instead to Bite and Dragon Rage. Falcor doesn't like this change in tactics. It hurts his brain. So he spazzes out for a second. But then we bite our way through. Back to Ninetales. And as we promised, it's an evolved version. We use Surf. Suck it, Kurama. I guess not. There. Me soul on fire, feeling hot, hot, hot. I think that was the joke we made in that moment. Pokemon quiz! Get it right and the door opens to the next room. Get it wrong and face a trainer. If you want to conserve your Pokemon for the gym leader, then get it right. Here we go. There are 9 certified Pokemon League badges. In the anime, there are more than 8 in Indigo. There are gyms that exist beyond the gyms that we see in the video game. However, obviously here there are only 8. We purposely get it wrong just to see what would happen, and then we end up getting this guy to fight us. You can't win. I have studied Pokemon totally.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Anywho, we chomp our way through some ponies, as we like to do. Good job, Falcor. Proud of you again. Charmander the Sprite. Bulbasaur little lizard. We like it, we appreciate it, but we also want it to go away. It uses Rage, which, as we know, does not exist in this game, and in fact is Growl, so it's weird that he's Growl on us. We continue chomping through Pokemon, because we got to conserve that Surf. And we end it with a very nice good boy. Look at him. Precious. We hoped he would faint himself with the takedown. He doesn't. So we do a takedown of our own, which does the trick. Wow, my studies! Sucks to suck. We move on. Not before patching up Falcor. He's been taking a little bit of a beating, but he's doing great. I'm not reading the whole intro again. I don't. You can't make me do it. I don't want to do it. I'm already re-recording everything. Alright. Here we go. Poliwag evolves 3 times? No Pokemon, to my knowledge, evolves 3 times, unless you want to count Megastones, which I don't. So obviously no. Yeah, of course I'm absolutely correct. I'm editing CocoPapa. I'm not recording CocoPapa. I don't make mistakes. I just like using fire Pokemon. Well, you're in the right spot, my dude. This would be the gym for you. Also, I appreciate this person knows where their towel is at, you know? Do what you love. You'll never work a day in your life.
Well, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
We continue chomping through ponies. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Too Hot to Handle is a very bad Netflix show. Would not recommend. And we move on. We're nearing the end of the gym. We have still more time to go. This was a long episode to begin with. Are thunder moves effective against ground element type Pokemon? There is no thunder type moves. There's electric moves. I don't know what it's talking about, but no. Yeah, I am absolutely correct. More correct than the prompt. This guy allegedly has a lore tip that I was unaware of. We don't tend to get a lot of motivations for our gym leaders. So I got genuinely excited when I was like, wait a minute, he knows something? Rapidash is a very muscular looking horse. Later gens really focus on the horn and make it look better. I think this sprite could be better. And the flaming horse aspect, I think it's reminiscent of the mythological creature, the Nightmare. I don't know off the top of my head where the Nightmare comes from, but that could be an inspiration for Rapidash. Oh, so we're mad we didn't get the lore and we talked to him again. Blaine was lost in the mountains when a fiery bird Pokemon appeared. Its light enabled Blaine to find his way down. So that was really neat. We find out that Blaine was inspired to become a gym leader or a Pokemon trainer because of Moltres, which is pretty rad. That didn't pop up in the anime, I don't believe. Not gonna read it. You can't make me read it. I won't read the intro to this quiz. Pokemon of the same kind and level are not identical. And no, they're not. IVs and EVs are a thing. Later natures are a thing. They could be the exact same Pokemon on the same level and they will be inherently different. I've been to many gyms, but this is my favorite. My favorite gyms in order: YMCA, because that good sense of community; Planet Fitness because it's cheap; and then all other gyms. I don't like gyms that cost a lot of money because the people who are spending that much money typically are also spending money on physical training and all other kinds of things, and they've got permanent yoga body, you know? Like they looked yoked and svelte. They're doing great. They're keeping it together. They're keeping it tight. And I'm not. I'm a big guy, and I need to walk into a gym where I'm not the end of the bell curve. You know, I want to be in the middle. I could even be slightly, you know, I'm fine with 30 percentile in terms of like body composition, but I don't want to be the 0. I want to be looking around and seeing old people. I want to be looking around and seeing fat people like me. Good job, Falcor. I don't like walking into gyms and feeling like, oh, I don't need to be here. I don't need all this thin inspiration around me, you know? So anyway, cheap gyms is where I go. Blaine's up there. One more to go. I'm not gonna read the long intro for you all. Here we go. TM28 contains Tombstoner. Absolutely not, although that sounds like a really rad mood we'd love to see because it reminds us of The Undertaker and his Tombstone pile driver. It would obviously be a ghost or a ground type move. Either way. Fire is weak against H2O. Dihydrogen monoxide. Oh no! More puppies. We're noticing at this point that we never came across Magmar, which is odd because we definitely thought we would encounter one of those in here, but whatever. Little 5 damage Ember. Not the best move to use against Falcor, but you do what you can. Yeah, and then a little fox puppy. So no Magmar from the trainers. We thought Blaine might have one. We find out that we're wrong later. It's odd to see Vulpix use Flamethrower, though. We wouldn't have expected it. We definitely didn't want it to happen again. And then it inflicts Burn, which is like, ugh. So we tackle and try to get this over with. We definitely need to patch up our Pokemon now. We contemplate using a full restore, but because full restores do two things at once, heal your status and heal your health, they are invaluable time savers when it comes to in a fight, right? So when we're outside of a fight, we don't want to use something that's going to save us time within a fight. We want to use our resources more judiciously. So because it counts as 2 items instead of 1, we'll save that for in-combat situations and just use super potions and full heals for now. We then move our items around in a very haphazard manner so we get our most frequently used items more towards the top. Good enough. We make sure we've got Falcor in front because where would he go playing CocoPapa, honestly? And we face off against Blaine. Eventually. Press A.
Bitch, this ain't a cutscene. Press A. Press A. You don't have time to smoke a bowl.
Ha! I am Blaine. I am the leader of Cinnabar Gym. My fiery Pokemon will incinerate all challengers. Ha! You better have Burn Heal. I can't remember what voice I did, but that's what the voice he got now. The billowing cloak is a nice touch. I have no idea if he's wearing glasses or goggles. Mustache is super strong, and I like his shiny shoes. Puppers. Always love ourselves a good puppers.
Let's get this guy a fucking puppers.
And surf him if you got him. We send him doggy paddling because we saved up all of our surfs for this fight. Next is Ponyta, and we realize that we're not going to see a Magmar because when we've got Growlithe and Ponyta, we also know that Blaine's packing Arcanine and Rapidash. So it's just a question of how well we're going to get through this crew. We see if this muscular horse can swim. We're expecting it's going to take at least 2 hits, but it doesn't. It only takes 1. So we're feeling really good about ourselves at this point. Then we see Arcanine, and he's a big, beefy boy. And he looks like a very good boy, but he's also very scary because he's level 47. Just a giant Mastiff on fire. So, we take our best shot.
What the fuck?
And he starts with Super Potion as an opening move, which was very confusing. Not sure what the math was behind that one. But it doesn't matter because the fight's over. And with that, we're 41. And we're 1 badge deeper. He's trying to learn Hydro Pump, but you don't need Hydro Pump, baby. You got Surf, baby. You don't need no Hydro Pump. So we get rid of it. He's burnt out, you know, it happens. It's hard. You have to maintain, you know, 40-hour per work week, but also work-life balance, get some exercise, make sure you're taking vitamin D, stretch, get some fresh air. It's hard when you're burning out. But he means a fire pun, not, you know, mental health. We earned the Volcano Badge. Way to go, us. Wasn't really worried about this gym, but nice to have. And we get some ducats. Ha! The Volcano Badge heightens special abilities of your Pokemon. Here, you can have this too. TM38 contains Fire Blast. Teach it to Fire-type Pokemon. Charmeleon or Ponyta would be good bets. It's so weird to use Charmeleon as an example. But whatever. We realize we're way over time, so we pause there, and we move on to our credits. thank you again for being here. Sorry that's Editing CocoPapa, not Recording CocoPapa you're listening to, but thank you for bearing along with me. Only 3 more episodes of me, and you get the happy-go-lucky guy back. In the meantime, we hope you leveled up. We look forward to evolving with you in the future, and we'll smell you later.